Hey guys, welcome to Full Shed Games. I'm the Lich Lord, and this is...
the Merc.
And tonight we're just going to be kind of talking about random stuff that's going on, coming up in the future, some new releases that are coming out from Spartan Games, and just some of our new plans for games that are coming up.
And he's back. He's not dead.
Here.
He's not dead, everybody.
I'm here. But yeah, it's been a pretty busy semester, and we've kind of had less time to get together in comparison than we normally have. So, But I'm still here now. I'm still alive.
I mean, we thought we should bring him back because you guys are probably tired of seeing my face. You wanted to see his face. So I have the more impressive beard.
Yes, you do. I don't know, mine was pretty impressive like a month ago. But
yeah.
I trimmed it for school.
I need to trim mine for work. I'm just putting it off as long as possible.
But anyways, on the topic of games, one of the big releases that's coming out that we're both pretty excited about is Planetfall.
Yes. Which, if you haven't heard of it, it is Spartan Games' new 10mm sci-fi game. I take that back. It's not technically new. Yeah. Studio Sparta, which was kind of like the specialist games of Spartan, put this game out, I think, a few years ago. But only 2 starters came out, the Terran and the Directorate. I mean, the Terran and the Dendrizi.
Right.
And now that Spartan has been successful. I mean, Dystopian Wars took off. Dystopian Legions has come out. They've released a new box set for that. Now they have, and Firestorm Armada took off. They released 2.0 of the rules. So now they have the money and I think the drive to put out this 10mm sci-fi game. And I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
because it's set in the Firestorm Armada universe.
Yep. And, honestly, just being excited about this new game, I also want to get more into Firestorm Armada. I mean, we used to play that game on a somewhat regular basis. We just kind of fell out from playing it, mostly because Dystopian Wars started, and we got really into that. But we have a ton of fleets, and we just don't get them out close to enough. In fact, I'm pretty sure we have all the core fleets. Yeah. We have the older sets, because we bought them. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
It was longer than that. I mean, we got into it right when that game came out. We hopped right from Uncharted Seas to Firestorm.
Yep.
I think I can honestly say that Spartan Games has been the one miniature company that I've been with kind of since the beginning. Yeah.
I mean, this is the year I think it was close to the year they came out. It was 2007, I think, or 2006.
The initial release for Uncharted Seas is what I got into.
It was at a con, and we found that, and it was this is an awesome game, and we got the 4 core fleets. It was just the normal starter sets, and we've been playing Spartan Games for ever since then. Yeah. So.
Spartan Games has honestly kind of taken the place of GW for us. At least for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, neither of us really play it anymore. So. Yeah. That's a different subject.
Eventually it will happen. But it's Planetfall, which is Firestorm Armada. But Firestorm Planetfall, I think, is what they're going to call it officially. The 2-player set has been announced. It's Aquans and Directorate, which should be an interesting mix. I don't know. I have no idea how any of the factions play yet. Yeah. But I'm really excited for it. And I think it's going to be an interesting game. They've released a little bit of how you are going to make armies. Yeah. And armies are going to be based on battle groups. And battle groups are going to be built with helixes. So there's an army chart. And your core helix is the center of your group. And then there's I think 4 or 5 helixes that go around that. You can take one of each. Or you can take multiples of one at the expense of the one opposite it. So if you want to go real heavy on tanks, you won't be able to take walker support. Or if you want to go real heavy on air cav, you won't be able to take recon. Which is kind of a cool balancing factor.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool little something used to keep the game balanced, and you can't have 10 of the most powerful units on the board. And if you do, you probably won't do very well because you won't have the air cav or tanks or things of that nature. But
And the other thing that I think is kind of cool about it is, in Firestorm Armada, there is a lot of alliance nations. Yeah. There's a lot of alliance fleets. And I was curious how they were going to handle that with Planetfall. And it looks like the way they're doing it is each major race, each major faction, will have an ally box or ally helix that goes with that faction. Because, the Directorate and the Aquans, who are in the starter set, they've put out ally helixes already for those factions. Yeah. That you can buy to add to either one. Works Raptor is the Directorate one, and the Terraquae are the Aquan allies. Mm-hmm. And they look cool because, the Aquan allies add in a gunship that drops portals that teleport in infantry.
Oh, that's cool.
And the Works Raptor is very much like a flying recon team.
Yeah. I know some of the factions that I think look cool. I think the Dendrizi look pretty awesome. I really like their big walker.
The Leviathan, yeah.
And the Terrans are cool. They have a very Mech Warrior feel, I think.
Mech Warrior, Command and Conquer.
Yeah, which I thought they were really cool. I know you were talking about the Cerealian that you really like.
Yeah, I really like the Cerealians. And I know you're into the Ralthuza.
Yes, the Ralthuza are really cool. But I mean,
the Directorate are even pretty cool.
Yes, they are definitely. But I mean, honestly, when they started putting out some of the artwork and concept art for it, I was kind of like, I don't know. But once we started seeing images of the models themselves and some of the more of the sculpts and things of that nature, it's like, wow, these are going to be some really awesome models. And
I will say that for me personally, I don't know what it is about the paint job that Spartan has been giving a lot of the models. I haven't been the biggest fan of it. I don't know if they're trying to do too much of a digital camo or a reflective camo pattern. Yeah. But when I've seen the models with just an undercoat and a light dry brush to bring out the detail, they are amazing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm sitting with that. It just looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, But the nice thing is, they have done with they did with Dystopian Wars, like they did with Firestorm Armada. They're putting out a 2-player starter set, and if you buy that, you can get right into the game, you can learn the rules, you can see if you like it or not for a small investment, and go from there.
Exactly.
And that's really cool. They've done that with almost all their games. They did it with Dystopian Legions, Dystopian Wars, and Firestorm Armada.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And that's coming down the pipeline, I think next month is when that drops. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. And, like you just said, they've always been good with pricing, too.
Yeah.
You can always get something for a relatively decent price. And you can always get something where you get that and you're ready to play. So you can buy a box. I'm guessing it'll probably be around $60 or so.
I think the Helixes are going to be about $60.
Yeah.
The 2-player battle box, I think, is $120.
Yeah, which is not bad. I mean, that's enough for
it gives
2 people to play.
2 starter sets. It gives you terrain, dice, the rules. So it gives you everything you need to play the game, enough to decide if you like it or not.
Yep, and I'm guessing it's probably going to use some of the same mechanics with exploding dice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And I don't know. We'll see how they go with turning and things of that nature. But I'm assuming that it'll be the same core rules that they've been using throughout all their games.
Yeah, just tweaked,
but just slightly different. But
the one thing I am kind of excited about in the miniature aspect of it is, unlike Drop Zone Commander, where all the infantry are separate from their stand and you put them in.
Yeah.
The Planetfall infantry, the majority of them are molded onto their base.
Okay.
And there's a slot for 1 or 2 loose guys that you can put on.
Yeah.
I think it might be a hero or something. So the infantry, I think, might be slightly more detailed because it's all one piece, except for the 2 guys.
Yeah. And I love Drop Zone Command. It's an absolutely amazing game. The infantry. And, the thing is that they are actually pretty detailed.
Oh, they are.
It's just that they're very hard to paint.
You really need magnifying.
Yeah. And very small and a steady hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, funnily enough, moving from Planetfall, we're gonna come into Drop Zone Commander.
Yes.
Probably gonna be ramping up our playing of that. The Resistance has dropped. Wave 2 is the last thing that we're kind of waiting on.
Yeah.
And once that's dropped, I'm probably gonna sell my GW stuff to fund both a feral and allied Resistance army to take on his Scourge.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's just something great about that army, the aesthetic.
Yeah.
They're very Mad Max plus military.
Yeah, and they have the UCM is really cool, right? But they have they've taken their stuff more to an extreme. So they just have giant tanks.
Well, they have the tanks
giant,
from
hovercraft and things of that nature. It's just cool.
They have the tanks from the Golden Age of Man, where it was all about big, showy, blingy tanks and not. So I don't know if the tanks suck or not, but
yeah, I mean it's hard to tell when you think about it. I mean, one of the big advantages of the Scourge is you can go in and get behind cover real quick. So I mean, if you have a big tank, it's going to be really hard to get behind stuff at the same time.
Though I have heard that, I've read on the forums that the Resistance main battle tank gets 2 shots.
Oh yeah,
has a turret and a regular gun.
And I mean, it probably has a few more wounds than a normal tank.
I think it has 2 wounds.
Yeah, because I think like the Hunter is the main craft tank for the Scourge. I think it's that, and I think that only has like 2, maybe.
No, I think that has 1.
May have 1. I'm not sure, but generally, like a normal tank is pretty hard, pretty easy to crack. Yeah. But I'm assuming that something like that would be maybe 2 or 3 wounds, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking forward to with that. I think the other game we're probably going to see a little bit more played of here in the Pool Shed is Infinity.
Yes.
Because that's the other box set that I plan on picking up at some point is Operation Ice Storm, which is the 3rd edition rules, terrain, a Nomad, and a Pan-Oceania starter army. Which I already have Nomad, so more Nomad stuff for me is great.
Yeah.
The Pano army we can just kick around amongst ourselves and give it a shot, see if we like it. If not, sell it to somebody or give it to somebody.
I think there's somebody in our group that plays Pano, so you might want stuff. But
and I mean, even if not, we can paint it up and maybe give it away at some point as a little competition.
I will say that some of the new models are just amazing. Yeah. Like I play Ariadna, and there's like a Wolfman, werewolf-looking unit that is just one of the nicest models I've ever seen. And that's across the board, like all the new stuff they've brought out. And they had nice models before. I really liked their stuff before, but they've really improved.
Their new sculpting is fantastic. It really is. Funnily enough, I think all the new games we're looking into, aside from Infinity, are smaller scaled, like 10, 15 millimeter, and whatever scale Dystopia Rising is.
Yeah.
Dystopia in Wars, not Dystopia Rising.
Yeah.
Whatever scale that is, I think it's like a 1/1200th or something.
I'm not sure.
Because those tanks are supposed to be massive.
Right. I mean, the stuff it's like the size of city blocks.
Yeah.
If not bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just kind of the scale that we've fallen into that we like playing these days.
I mean, we still play War Machine and Hordes, but anymore, I don't know. I mean, they're fun.
It's a game I like to play every once in a while. But I can honestly say that I feel like those armies are done.
Yeah.
Unless I really want something or something new and cool comes out. I've hit that point with most of my Dystopian Wars fleets where right now they feel they feel finished from a buying things perspective. Now I need to sit down when I have time and paint them.
Right.
Because I've really started to hit the point where I want to paint my stuff.
It's hard I've noticed it's a lot harder with school to find time to paint. Like during the summer, they had a few marathons where I would just like, like a Friday night or a Saturday night, you don't have to really do anything the next day. So it's like, I'm just going to stay up like 3 in the morning and paint these minis and, have a marathon of some TV show on Netflix. And you can do that then. But now it's like, I have to read like this.
Yeah, I have to read lots and lots
these
of
many
books.
Documents, and it's like, I just don't have time to paint. But
and I guess we should say that, yes, this month was technically board game month. And we've been playing board games.
Yes.
We just haven't been talking about them so much. And we're going to sort of extend board game month in the fact that we're going to play board games in October. But I think we're going to blend that with just October in general. Yeah. And we're going to try to play board games that have a surreal horror aspect to them. So like Zombicide and Eldritch Horror, or Eldritch Sign.
The Eldritch Sign, yeah.
Pandemic even will play because that has that horror, creeping viral horror. So we'll be looking to do that, and maybe if we can rally some people together, we'll do a bigger Halloween episode where we have some of our other friends come, and we'll do kind of like we did last year with the textured, the grainy video and the music underlay. So that's kind of what we're looking for.
That was fun to do.
It was fun,
We broke character like all the time, but it was great fun.
The point is we tried.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're all about here at Pool Shed Games.
We kind of went into it
trying.
We kind of went into it knowing we were going to break character at some point, but we just did it anyhow. It's like, it was fun.
Yeah, but I think it's probably going to do it here for this video. It was kind of a ramble.
Yeah.
But we kind of wanted to tell you guys some of the things we're looking at over the next couple of months to get into, to play, to talk about here on the channel. And just, let you know this guy's still alive, still with us, still kicking. They Live! Great movie, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've never seen that? You need to see that. Anyway, it's like 11 o'clock. We're going to go drink coffee and eat diner food. Because why not, right?
What else is there to do?
What else is there to do?
Play games.
Yeah, play games. Do what we're supposed to do.
Do your job.
If only this was our job.
Yeah.
If only. But anyway, guys, we're gonna go. Hopefully, you liked the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you're looking forward to any new games coming out down the pipe, leave us a little comment below. Tell us what you're looking forward to playing or models you're looking forward to getting your hands on and putting together.
Yeah. If you have seen any of the stuff coming out with the Planetfall and new Dropzone Commander stuff, and if there's something you like, leave a comment. Tell us what you're looking to get into as far as armies go.
Subscribe. Subscribing's always cool. We appreciate that. We have something special planned if we hit 100 subscribers. It's going to be really silly. Really silly. He can't even keep a straight face. It's going to be that silly. And share us with your friends. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time here at Bullshit Games.